Okay, let's see if this one's working. Now, mind you, I did have it working, and then I didn't have it working. And then my son came home, and he was trying to help me. And he switched the button, which I had switched, and now it's working. Ah! Okay. How is everyone doing? This is my first live, and of course, we have our challenges, but that's okay. And I'm going to go back here and go, got it working. Finally. Okay, so do you ever have one of those plans, those trips, those travels, and you go, I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm also really anxious because it's been a place I have never gone to. I'm going to meet people I haven't met in person, and I'm like, hey, April, how are you? I hope my sound is okay. I hope my camera's working now that my smart butt son decided to be like his father and push a button. Okay, great. Thank you very much. I'm glad you're doing good. Yay. So what I thought I would do is kind of give an idea of, I went to the Crafters Paradise Retreat. It was the first time this year, and it's only been my second retreat. Last year I went to the Great Lakes Escape, and I had such fun. So I thought this one's going to be a little smaller. It's going to be in Texas, and why not? You know, I know about 8 of the people out of the 30 that are going to go there. What could go wrong? Well, you name it, it probably did. And I was like, okay, I can do this. I've had experience. Now, have you had experience packing? I always tend to take too much when I'm going for something I'm unfamiliar with. Let's say it that way. But I'm like, no worries. I've been to a retreat. I know I have experience. I can do this. I'm going to take less because the first time I went, I took way too much. I took slippers. I took a bathing suit. I made sure I had clothes for each day. I had snacks. I had my gifts. I had a multitude of things to work on. I had my laptop. I had my water bottle. I had a spare water bottle because you never know, like you might need it. What else did I take? Oh, I took way too much. Then I had to try and figure out how I was going to get home because I didn't have enough room. So I was taking things out of boxes and trying to scale of, okay, I know it can only be 50 pounds because I'm flying. I only have 1 check luggage. This time, got it. I know what I'm doing. So I had my backpack. That was my carry-on. Because I was like, nope, I'm going to take a little bag in case I need it, but I'm not going to bring a second carry-on because I'm probably going to have something as a need as a carry-on later on. So I had my backpack as my carry-on. And then I had my suitcase. Yes, I live in Canada. So I'm in Calgary, which is on the west coast. So there's BC, like Vancouver, and that. Then it's Alberta. That's where I am. Ontario's on the east coast. So I had my backpack, my trusty backpack. And then, let's see if I can do this. I had my suitcase. Yeah, you're probably going, Rhonda, you didn't need to show me your suitcase. Oh, but I did. I had done everything. I booked my flights back in like January. The trip's in the end of May. I've got lots of time. Well, of course, I kept getting announcements that my connecting flight, because I couldn't get a direct flight there, so I was going to spend 9.5 hours on my way to the retreat and then 4 hours on the way home. Fine, I can do that. But I was getting announcements that my connecting flight was switching between Delta and WestJet, Delta and WestJet, Delta and WestJet. And yes, I had like 6 announcements of it going back and forth. And it was the same numbers, like Delta this number, WestJet this number, and they were the exact same. I end up spending over 5.5 hours the Thursday, the week prior, on the phone between Expedia and WestJet trying to figure out what was going on. Well, I got that part sorted out, but I couldn't check my luggage in, nor could I have an electronic boarding pass. That should have been my first clue. I'm like, nah, it'll be fine. So anyways, I remind my husband that you need to drop me off at the airport tonight. He's like, I thought you were leaving tomorrow. I'm like, well, technically it is tomorrow, but it's like 12:30 a.m., which is like in like 6 hours. Oh, okay, gotcha. And I was told by the person online, hello, Ellen L., how are you, Lee? That I only needed to be there by 11:30 to get my luggage checked in person because I couldn't do it online. No worries. I'm good. We've got time. So off to the airport we go. Traffic's light because it's late at night. Well, guess what? Yep. They wouldn't take my luggage. They would not take my luggage. And I'm like, but it says I have to be here by 11:30. I was told on the phone I had to be here by 11:30. Nope. You needed to be here by 11. I'm like, are you friggin' kidding me? Like, no. Of course, my anxiety goes up. My brain goes into like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, I need to get on this plane because we're doing like a secret Santa. At the Crafters Paradise Retreat, they were called secret sirens because it's a mermaid thing. Wow. They're in my luggage. My luggage is not coming on board. We went through 3 different people, and each one of them said, no, you should have read the small print. And I'm like, you're kidding me. Fine. Tears, anxiety. And I'm like, screw it. I'm going to take my whatever I can out of my suitcase, and I'm going to try and fit it because I have to take my gifts. I have to. At this point, I really could care less about my clothes, what activities I was going to do. So there I am at the check-in counter, and I take my suitcase, and I'm like, poof. Yes, I was one of those individuals. Luckily, in my suitcase, I have a cloth grocery bag. What can I fit in my cloth grocery bag? I have no freaking clue. But I need to pull through my luggage and figure out where my gifts are because I got to get my gifts going inside. So 11:30 at night. I've been up since 8:30 that morning. Well, yeah, that morning. I'd had only coffee in the morning. I am stressed out. And I'm sitting there at check-in with my luggage wide open and things are just a-flying. And my husband and my son are standing there. And my husband's like, Rhonda, I need you to calm down. I'm like, no, I need my gifts. Yes, a little stressed. Anyways, I'm like, here's my second carry-on. Thank God I only had one. And what can I fit into my backpack and this bag? So it ends up that I end up not taking 2 of my guests because I wouldn't have been able to get them through security. I'm like, fine, I will get something down there and I will figure this out. So there I am. I've got my trusty backpack and I've got my cloth bag. Oh, but I have to take at least one painting with me because Cheryl G-Ma, is going to help me try and bling her up. There's my canvas. Except at that time, I didn't have a cover. So my drills were shoved into my backpack and I'm literally carrying this diamond painting, my cloth bag, and my backpack. All I have. Okay, fine. I'm just going to get through this. So there I go through security. Doot, 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 doot. And so security's like, do you have any water? Do you have any liquids? Nope. What is that? I'm like, it's my water bottle. Well, you should have emptied that out. I'm like, one moment. I will chug it. Done. And she's like, okay, you know what? I will give you that one. That was good. I'm like, at this point, I really could kill this. I get through security. But before I do, the scanner goes off. I don't have anything. I swear to God, I don't have anything. I don't have my jewelry on. I don't have a belt on. So I end up going, and they have to do, the body scan. I just want to get through this. And then I do the swab. It finally goes okay. Because the body scan had gone off. That's why they had to do the swab. So I get through, find my gate, which was like 10 feet away. And this announcement goes over. Hello, passengers for flight, blah, 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 going to Atlanta. Please note, if you do not have a green sticker on the back of your passport, you will not be boarding the plane. What? You're freaking kidding me. I'm like, what green sticker? So I'm going through my passport. I don't see anything. At this point, I need to compose myself. Wipe the tears away. Excuse me, you mentioned about a green sticker. What green sticker are you referring to? So, of course, I didn't have the green sticker. Okay, well, I can give you a green sticker, but you're going to have to answer these questions for me. I had to go through security again. Got my green sticker. I went and I filled up my water bottle. And we get on the plane. Okay, Rhonda, no one's going to talk to you. It's going to be dark. You're going to close your eyes. I don't know who's sitting beside me. I'm just going to go on this plane. The plane was like empty. Empty. 80% of the individuals that were on this plane each got 3 seats to themselves in a row that they could lay down on and sleep. So why couldn't I get my luggage on this plane since the plane wasn't even like half full? I'm like, don't think about it. Just get to Atlanta. So finally we arrive at Atlanta. No problems. So then what happens? I don't have my boarding pass because we had a mix-up at the Calgary one. So we have to go and get my boarding pass. I go through security there, and they're looking at my bag going, what the heck is going on? And I'm like, really, I'm not trying to get into the country and stay. I'm trying to get to a retreat. So again, I get through. In an airport, I have no idea where I am. Although it was really good to people watch. Very interesting. People rushing, people walking slowly. And then as I go to board, I forgot I had refilled my water. I had to chug it again. And then I go into security, and then set off all alarms again. Set off the metal, the body scan, and I had to be patted down. I'm like, this is not going to start very well. I get through it. I land in Austin, and I'm going to meet up with 3 other members of our retreat that I've only seen online. I have not actually met them in person. And it turns out there was storms going through other areas. So we actually stayed there for quite a while in the airport waiting for everybody to meet up. Now you may be asking, why didn't you just go home, Rhonda? It actually never even crossed my mind. What I end up doing was I end up meeting these 3 individuals going to the retreat. And what a blast we had. Just getting in meeting each other, getting in our car and going. We haven't even got to retreat yet. And it was so much fun. We had another Canadian, we had 2 Americans, and Liz Parker, who was going to drive, was texting us going, I met somebody on the plane. You guys will not believe the special guest that we have. And we're sitting there and we're trying to figure out who this is. It was Lindsay. Lindsay, I watch your shows. It was hilarious. And we get there and we're watching this and we're having a grand old time. We finally make it to the retreat and it was wonderful. So I just want to say to you guys, when and if you ever get to go or have an opportunity to go to a retreat, even though you may not know individuals actually in person, down the street, you know them online, they are fantastic. Fantastic. They were so welcoming. We got there and they're like, we saved you some food, because we got there after dinner, later on dinner. But we weren't the last ones to arrive. Other people had challenges getting there as well. So I don't feel so bad. But, we get there and we get to meet all these incredible people we've seen online, people we've chatted to. Berta, Shay, Kara, Alyssa, Katie. They were, so Alyssa, Kara, Shay, and Katie were the committee. They were the ones that organized the organizing committee. They are as authentic as you see them online. I got to see Brandy Mysteria. I got to see Randy, Call Me Bada. I'm like, woo! I'm like, I just want to hug you all. And luckily, I knew, like I said, I knew about 8 people before I went. Unlike last year, where it is so funny, when I went to the Great Lakes Retreat last year, I knew some of the individuals because I saw their faces. So I knew who they were. They had no idea who I was. So last year, I got to meet Mindy. Mindy was the very first person I actually got to see, and I knew, and I was like, Mindy! And she's like, hello? Glad you're here. Who are you? And I'm like, Rhonda. Hi, Rhonda. I'm like, dip and dive. And they're like, yes, Rhonda. Dip and dive. Hello, Jennifer. Hello. So glad you popped on in. This is my first live. That was a fun time to begin with. And, it was so fun. Randy was there. And as soon as I heard Randy talk and I heard Shay talk, I'm like, ooh, I know who those are. It literally was like when you go and meet movie stars. And it's like, ooh, I know that voice. I know that accent. I'm like, Randy, call me And she's like, oh my God, like, who are you? It was hilarious. When you get to retreats, there are sometimes, thanks April for stopping by. You are welcome. By all means, like if you get a chance to go to a retreat, it can be scary, but it can be one of the best things ever. Hello, Melanie. Yes, I'm back. Um, it's hilarious because you'll see people and you'll meet people that you'll have like a little name tag. Sometimes you'll have like a little desk tag that you will put on your back or put on your desk, and people can realize who you are. But I think what I liked the best was making connections with a person's like real name and their tag name or their handle. Because I was like, I am, who are you? You're the Diamond Help Desk? No way. I know who you are. Like Sapphire and Diamonds. Like, or I'm getting them all mixed up because I'm like, but I was like, I know who you are, but now I get to actually see your face and your real name. Like it's like a look behind the scenes. It was hilarious. And, you know, it can be quiet and it can be reserved. Individuals who know each other at a retreat tend to gravitate to them, not as part of their intention to exclude anybody, but because they know them. Yes, Jennifer, it was great to put names with faces, right? And, you know, we had our little secret sirens. And it was really helpful to have that desk name because it was like, I have no idea who this person is. I know stuff about them, but I don't know which one they are. And if you're like me, faces are wonderful. Names can be a challenge. So having that little nameplate really helped, unless they kept switching places, because then you had to go find them, which was kind of a part of the adventure. But the fun stuff that we did in getting to know each other and see what people were working on and finding out that we actually have things in common. There are similarities. It was incredible. And it was, I want to say, like almost humanizing, because it wasn't just these people on the screen that we see and we talk to and we feel like we have a connection to, but sometimes we feel like we have a connection to them, but when you meet them in real life, it's like, now is that just the way I'm feeling, or do they feel the same way? And it can be scary going up, hi, I'm Rhonda, aka Dip in Time. And you don't want to kind of jump in their face, because so you're trying to hold part of your personality back because you want people to like you. You want to be a part of the community. You want to feel accepted and belonging. And I have to say, I kind of like the smaller number of people at the retreat because I was able to get to know them, really get to know them. We did a trip to Buc-ee's. Now, in Canada, we don't have a Buc-ee's. Now, I believe one of our other retreat members had said, I have to call it Buc-ee's because if I tell my husband I went to a truck stop, he'd be like, what? Why would you want to go to a truck stop? Well, Buc-ee's was interesting Bucky's even has a mascot who walks around the store, right? Melanie says the connections were awesome. I was so scared before getting there, but now I have new friends. Yes, like, oh my God. When I see the names on the screens now, I'm like, oh my God, I just gotta hug you. I miss you, right? Which, may sound strange for those who have not met me in person. I'm a hugger. I'll just say it. And you guys welcomed me and you accepted me for all my quirks and silliness. Like, and it's interesting because I will either go like really quiet when I go into a room of people I don't know, even if people I do know. I will go in and then do like a survey of my land of, okay, who's here? How's the vibe? What are people talking about? How is people feeling? You got to do the survey. And then if and when I get comfortable, I will release a little bit more of my personality. And it's usually with a small group because that's what feels safer. And I'm still surveying, like, okay, who gets along with who? Is there anybody who doesn't like anybody? Like, what's going on? There was no drama. Well, there was a prank that kind of, oh my gosh. There was a bit of a joke that unfortunately kind of went a little further than what was intended. And then we were able to get it opened up. And some of the reactions were hysterical, and surprising. Like, you'd have some that were like, no, that was not funny. And other ones were like, oh my God, seriously? Right? We all end up having a good laugh about it. And the memories, oh my gosh. We will have memories of our Bucky's trip, getting our picture done with Bucky's. We will have memories of all of us running out of the retreat to take pictures of the sunset. The laughs, the giggles, the belly rolls, like the roars. Oh my God, we were laughing so hard, talking about, we should have, maybe we can have a retreat in Seattle, as long as there's Dick's around. And we're like, what? You mean Dick's Sporting Goods, right? I'm like, oh my God. And it was like, no, I'm talking about Dick's Drive-In. You're like, there's more than one Dick? No. And then yeah, it went down a whole nother whole path, which led to ping pong balls and quarters and bills. And oh my gosh. Oh, we were laughing so hard. Yes. Come to Seattle, all the Dicks. They come in all different sizes. Yes, LOL. Lenore, no comments, LOL. Oh, yeah, well, oh, yeah. And then, of course, and then there was a conversation about how a grandson, a toddler, who discovered that their penis grew and shrunk. And of course, I'm thinking, oh, I have one of those expandable hoses, garden hoses. I totally understand how that is exciting because it's short. And then you turn the water on and it's like, and then when you turn the water off, oh my God, it was like so many different conversations from one suggestion, one thing about having something in Seattle. And we went down this whole path. It was hilarious. And then we're like, oh, okay, we're all going to calm down. And surprisingly, there was a ping pong ball there. Like, what the? So then we actually had the actual ping pong ball going around the room flying. I'm like, oh my God. It was hilarious. Hilarious. Like, I would not have thought I would be going to Texas, a place I've never been, to meet these diamond painting community members and having these types of conversations and laughing about it. Oh my gosh. Like, and then, of course, when you're flying, you can't take beverages with you. So we end up going to a Walmart. You guys in America, you have like things that we don't have in Canada. Yes, I'm going to bring my accent out because you know what? That's not fair. You guys actually have like alcohol in your Walmarts. If we want it, we actually have to go to like a liquor store, alcohol store. And I'm like, okay, now we're going down this path. Like, do you guys have like any Angry Beaver? And they're like, what? I'm like, no, it's a beer. There is a beer in Canada called the Angry Beaver. And that just went down a whole nother route. And, just all the stuff. And I end up not having luggage. And I was getting my frustration out going, you know what, we're going to Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's is like a beaver. So I am going to find myself an Angry Beaver suitcase. And that was like the whole story for the whole weekend. Melanie says, girl, I'm rationing my Wonder Bars like a hoarder. We don't have those. True. We do have things that you don't have. Wonder Bar, chocolate bars. Coke balls or Coca-Cola balls. Those are little silver balls. And it was so interesting because we got into all these conversations of, okay, so my son loves cola balls. Do you know what I'm talking about? I've asked the other Canadians, they don't know. I'm like, cola balls. Of course, I know cola balls. You get them at a candy store. You buy them in bulk. Right? They taste like Coca-Cola. Strawberry marshmallows. Now, they're not the marshmallows that taste like strawberries, but they are marshmallow candy they're in the shape of a strawberry, and they have a red coating on them, and they've got like sugary stuff on. I'm like, oh, I know what those are. What was the other one? Do you remember, Melanie? Which was the other one? There was the strawberries. Oh, it was the little pastry. It had like dough on both sides and had beads in the middle. Yep, we have those. And it was funny because as we're going through this, we're like when I was going through check-in in Calgary, and they said no luggage. I'm like, oh my God, I need those Wonder Bars. I specifically got those Wonder Bars for Melanie. I have to take them. I will leave my underwear and I will leave my shirt. I need those, right? I need my treats and my candies and my gifts for my siren. I need my painting. Like, when it comes down to it, you really figure out what's important to you. I could care less about what I had. I just needed my one diamond painting, and I had to have my treats and my stuff that I wanted for my members, my family in the community. And I'm like, okay, I got there. I'm like, oh, there's Melanie. Okay, I got them for you. They're all yours. Right? And just like the appreciation you see of our members in the community, it was unbelievable. When we did our secret siren, oh my God. This was one where, Melanie, we just cared that you got there. We could have, you could have come naked. I cried. Yeah. I think everybody cried multiple times that weekend. Um, it was unbelievable. Um, Cheryl G gave us like a little class about how she does enhancements with TMA and different ways of looking at drills. And it was really interesting. I will have to say that the one thing I will take away the most, I think, from that class is when you're looking at your drills and you're trying to figure out what enhancements to go with, don't look at them through the container. Put them in a tray and look at them face down because they will look different. For me, that was like, and at first I'm like, okay, I get it. And then when she actually gave us the container and the tray and we actually looked at it, we're like, they don't look the same. They look completely different. Like they look like a different color, but they were the same drill. One was in the container and one was in the tray, and how the light reflected off of them. For me, that was mind blowing. Right? Melanie says, yeah, I learned a ton from Cheryl. Do you know what else I really learned from Cheryl? She is funny as heck. She has a really good sense of humor. Like, oh my God, the side I saw of her at the Crafters Retreat, I didn't see at the Great Lakes Retreat. She is hilarious. She got me really good. And you guys were all in on it. Well, not all of you. I know. I had no friggin' idea what she was doing. So what did she do? Well, Jada Gem. Oh my God. Okay. Remind me, Jada Gem. Jada Gem gave us a small little canvas that she created the image of this little mermaid. Oh my God, she was so cute. And of course, because I didn't have anything, well, actually, I did have my ceramic cutter. That was the only diamond painting tool I managed to take with me. And I didn't need to worry about it because we had a stash table, we had a de-stash table. The gals that were there were like, what do you need? Here you go. What do you need? You need that? Here you go. And she's like, it's okay. It was, oh my God. So I have this little diamond painting from Jada Gem. And I've taken the cover off and I'm working on this little beauty. And then a secret siren had come up. Time to give your little gifts up. So I'm opening mine up. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like loving what I got. Loving so much. I put the tissue paper down and it went on the canvas, which wasn't covered. And I'm like, no, oh my God. So there I am on the table with all my little gals around me, cheering me on. You can do this one. Do it nice and slow. I'm trying to lift the tissue paper off the glue so I don't rip it and it doesn't like stay on there. And parts of the tissue paper actually ripped off because as I was lifting this side, the other side went on. Being cheeky that I can be, and being the silly butt that I can be, we had just done the class with Cheryl. And I'm like, yo, Cheryl G, because we had two Cheryls. Cheryl G, I think we should add tissue paper in little pieces to the ordering options. Because I'm like, I'm gonna like be the silly butt. I'm like, why not add tissue paper to our canvases? They'll become mixed media. And Cheryl's like, what are you talking about, Ron? Like, and we were just laughing about it. I was being silly. I was joking. And the day goes on. And I had gotten up and I'd gone upstairs to do something, and I'd come back down, not paying attention to people in my row filming me, other people waiting for a reaction. I'm like, why is there a torn tissue paper like in my package on my desk? I'm like, Cheryl, she took my joke and she's been sitting there tearing up tissue paper into little pieces. And she'd been waiting for me to actually get up and walk away from my table to put it there. What we didn't get on video was no one knew Cheryl was doing this. No one knew except for Cheryl. That's how good she is. Really good. And I guess as soon as I got up, she got up, and we have tables that have people on both sides. And she literally got up and she was pushing people aside, like, out of my way, out of my way, out of my way. Coming through. And they're all like, what, what's going on? She's like, shh. And then she gets to my desk and she's like I still have it. You see the tissue paper? She actually put the tissue paper in my bag. I howled, literally howled. And I didn't know they were filming. So hence, you have the video of the post-order review of what happens when you're looking for something and you can't quite find it. Just go to Tmall, go to DP with Sparklers, ask, and they will deliver. Hilarious. And apparently she was hilarious trying to push people through so she could get and put it in. Oh my God, she was hilarious. Yes, Jennifer. Jennifer says yes. She is so funny. Jen says also, I learned a lot too. I've never blinged up a painting. I have done one, and I bought an enhancement one. But I've never blinged one up by myself. I'm too afraid of, what if I'm going to mess it up? And as our members say, if you don't like it, just take them off. I'm like, but I don't want to ruin them. And interesting, and I can't remember who mentioned it, they will put them on. And you can take them off 3 times, but no more than that. So I will use their suggestions, and I am going to try and bling up Snickerbeak. So this has become my inner child, and this has become my experience. Snickerbeak. So Cheryl helped me bling it up. So of course I had to take it with me. And, right, Melanie, Cheryl's hilarious. You may not see that side sometimes when she's on Tia's lives, or Tmoz. She has a wonderful, wonderful side to her. So I just kind of wanted to come on and just say, guys, you know what? Sometimes when you least expect it and things may not start off well, you might be surprised with how things turn out. I know this was definitely an eye-opener for me because I felt, to begin with, I was looking forward to it. I was anxious. Then all these things kind of accumulated. And then I went, screw it. What else could possibly go wrong? You either like me or you don't. Which wasn't really what I was thinking at the time. It was just like, I'm just here. I don't have any other emotions. And our community showed up in a way I never anticipated. They are one of the most kind, non-judgmental groups. Now, please remember that you will get some that may not. That's life. But I also had a wonderful time, and I feel so blessed and privileged to get to know the other 29 beautiful souls that were at the retreat. And the long-term relationships that I'm going to have with them as friends, it's incredible. So sometimes you won't see people's faces on screens. It's not because they don't want to be there. It can be challenging. I know when I first started looking at myself on my screen, I'm like, oh my God, is that actually what I look like? What are people going to think? Like, oh my God, you see that gray hair? Oh my God, right? Like, and I find for me, this is becoming a way that I can show who I am authentically, right? Jen says they truly are so kind and so caring. Yeah. Like, while I did not have luggage, the group came together and they're like, we're going to find you something. I'm like, well, I don't need another bag. And if I spend it there, then I can't spend it on other stuff. Because as a Canadian, we have to exchange our money. So I was trying to be very economic. And the box you see in the thumbnail, the box with the tape and the handle, that was my checked luggage on my way home. And the sweethearts that had brilliant ideas of how to do this box, I never even thought of the handle. I'm like, oh, a handle? Oh, that's beautiful. How would I do that? And I'm like, yeah, my gosh, yeah. Right? We even did a parade of the box with the handle. We're like, Randy! Right? It was hilarious. Jen says, you truly are a wonderful person. I'm so glad I met you. Ditto. Oh, sorry, that's the older type of way. Let's see if I can do it the new way. So the new way is these two down, middle fingers together, and index fingers down. I don't know, that really hurts my fingers, but there, I've got my hurt. We were practicing that. Now, as I remember, Jade, when they say small things come in, or sorry, great things come in small packages, Jade. Oh my God, I love Jade. Actually, I love everybody that was there. Jade is this beautiful individual who designed a little canvas for us. She is short. She has beautiful red hair. I wish I still had mine. And the personality. Oh my God, I love her. Love, 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 love. I've never met Jade. I know of Jade at gem shops. And she's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Oh my goodness. When you think of Kara, so like Jade is 4'9", I think, and Kara's 6 foot. You put those two together and it's like, and their personalities. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It was an honor. It was an honor to be able to go. The memories that we created together. Randy brought out her lightning reaction game. Oh my God, I need me one of those. We were laughing. And not only were we laughing, but we had some like real deep conversations where we actually got to talk to individuals and get to know them and what they're passionate about and what inspires them. Those are, for me, those are what makes these retreats. Yes, the goodie bags and all the bling bling stuff is nice, but if I had to choose, it was to get to know these individuals. I'll take the bling bling too, if I get to create it with these individuals. You know, you see some of these paintings and you're like, I never thought of doing it that way. Or, what did you enhance? This is gorgeous. I didn't do anything. That's the way it came. You're like, you get to see other companies and other products and try them and see what you like and go, oh, they have that? That is so cool. I want one of those. It was good. It was fun. And I'm really glad you guys were there. And I'm glad you guys are here so I can share it. You know, go down memory lane and you know, perhaps share something with someone who would like to go to a retreat but can't, or something's is in their way financially, physically, emotionally. It doesn't matter. I know when I get to go, I feel blessed, and I like to share those experiences with other individuals who may not be there but go, please tell me about it. It was fun. You know, I cannot believe it has been 15 minutes, 50 minutes. I thought I would pop on here real quick for my first live. Thank you guys for all coming. Please put an emoji down or say hi, even if you are just listening. Because even if I do not see you, please know I'm thinking of you. It's this, like I said, community is amazing. This is my little family, besides my little family. And anybody who says people online are not friends, I might want to challenge you on that, because not everyone, whether in person or online, are a friend. But the ones I have, you mean the world to me. You really did. Melanie, it's good to see you, little beaver heart. Oh my goodness, you guys are wonderful. I am going to try and go live on Fridays. That is my plan. My son is going to be trying to help me come up with an actual logo for Dippin' Time. We'll see what comes around. Can't wait till your next live. Happy face eggplant. Oh my goodness. So thank you guys for popping in. I will let you go. I've actually had a lot of fun doing this, and I'm loving the chat. If you like what you see, ping pong. Melly just put a ping pong paddle, the ping pong in the chat. I will never look at ping pongs the same way. Nor will I think of Dick's Sporting Goods the same way. Oh my God. I will never look at a diamond painting the same way. There's so many things. When I think of them, I think of you guys. If you're new, welcome. For those that are returning, thank you. I'm new to the stuff, so as others would say, if you like it, please click the like button. consider subscribing. It doesn't cost you anything, and hit notifications. I am going to do some creative things. I was going to say wacky, but no, I'm going to do some creative things because on this channel, almost anything goes because it's all about acceptance through curiosity and creativity and being okay with the process. Sometimes the outcome doesn't come out, but it's the process. I know it was the process for me about getting to the retreat and being in the moment with the retreat, and I am so glad I did. So have a good remainder of your day wherever you are. I'm holding safe space, sending you good vibes, and I will see you soon, raccoons. Bye.